All right, everyone, welcome back to Offset Conversations. And today the question is brought to you by CT2 underscore designs on Instagram. He asked, can you speak a little bit about setting goals and what my procedure is about setting goals? And so the way I want to go ahead and explain all of this is the way I set goals, whether it's my professional career, my personal, or just even fun goals. I always go through different steps, but the steps that to me work the best way is one, writing down the goal, two, constantly reminding myself of whatever goal I'm trying to achieve, and three, surrounding myself with a positive support system to ensure that I meet those goals. So the very first thing, when I was going through to school right after high school, I went to community college, then I went to a Cal State, and then I ended up getting my master's degree from a private school. Not because I wanted to go to a private school, but it was just because that was the best thing that worked with my schedule. At the time I was working at full-time and a part-time in the beginning of the day, go home, relax, and then work the full-time in the afternoon. So I knew I wanted to get a master's degree. In the field of work that I do, which is education, I needed a master's. And so a big thing that we're told in school, at least in the educational route, is to set SMART goals. And so what I mean by SMART, so specific, the S, measurable, attainable, reasonable, and timely manner. So what works for me might not work for you, but what works for me is I'm always writing down my goals. And you might think that it might be overdoing it, but I do daily goals, I do weekly goals, monthly goals, and then 1 to 5 year goals. I do think that it's important to have a sense of always moving forward. To a lot of people, it might seem like it's overkill, but that's what seems to be working for me. I was able to finish my master's degree, and that was a goal that I had set between 1 to 5 years. I was able to do it a little bit longer than that, but the point is that I did it. Another part of the setting goals, not just writing it, but also executing. And so by executing, I mean just doing anything, whatever that means. If you're trying to lose 50 pounds, that's cool. That might be the ending goal. But let's start with 1 pound. Let's start by eating healthy. Let's start by taking a walk. Let's start by just drinking water and cutting the sugar and little things like that. The same thing if you're going to school and work, and you're not where you want to be at work nor at school. Take time to create those simple little victories throughout the day and remind yourself, because I think sometimes we're going through the hustle that we don't really realize how much we have accomplished. And so that to me seems to be one of the best ways to set goals, and your professional and your marriage and friendship goals, things like that, to be more social, to go out. Make sure that they're specific. So let's go with, creating a YouTube channel. Don't just say I want to create a YouTube channel and I hope it blows up. No, but be specific. What kind of YouTube channel are you wanting to create? What is the message? What is the community that you want to have? What is the niche per se that you want? If you want to talk about dogs and flags at the same time, then create a podcast about dogs and flags. Maybe it grows, maybe it doesn't. The point is, create something that's specific, attainable. If you say I want to start a YouTube channel and in a week I want to have 1 million subscribers, very unlikely. It doesn't mean that it's impossible, it's just very unlikely. Reasonable. It goes back with attainable and reasonable. Is it attainable to get 1 million subscribers? Of course. Is it reasonable to expect it in a week? Probably not, for at least most of us. I know if tomorrow Kim Kardashian creates a freaking YouTube channel about her toes, I don't know, it'll get millions and millions of views and subscribers. It's just because it's where our society is. But for the everyday Joe like myself, that just wouldn't be something that would be reasonable. Timely manner. You want to create a YouTube channel, you want to be able to provide education and provide a sense of support for others, or education, or whatever the case may be, whatever the experience you want to provide for that person, then it has to be something that you realistically have to say, well, I want to be able to be consistent for the next month, maybe 2 videos per week, whatever the case may be, but at least it's in a timely manner. So that's how you start creating those SMART goals. So lastly is creating a sense of positive support system. It's not enough to just say, yeah, I want to be able to create a YouTube channel. I have reasonable numbers. I have reasonable experiences that I'm going to be uploading and things like that. Now what? Remember that we often catch ourselves feeling very motivated, but then something happens and you get discouraged, or everyday life happens. And so you miss that workout, or you miss that upload, or you miss that recording. And it becomes a sense of, man, I got behind one day and the next day and so and so. That's very important to understand that it's okay, it's normal. Therefore, the support system. So maybe you want to join an online YouTube community where they're constantly posting. Maybe you're in a DM group that they're constantly telling you, hey man, upload, or just surround yourself with 1 or 2 family members who provide support for you in the channel, or your weight loss, or professionally. If you're at work, don't hang out with people that are very negative. Hang out with people who are ready to motivate you. If you're at school, the same thing. So writing it down, constant reminders. So what I like to do also is put them on the fridge, or if not, I put a little bit of notes in my phone. I wake up, I give thanks, and then from there maybe I think about my vision board. My wife and I created vision boards for last year, and I was able to knock out a lot of different things that otherwise I would just maybe 1, not achieve, and 2, achieve but not really taking it into consideration. So we created a vision for 2020. I'm close to actually I did a few things already, but I'm close to doing some other things already as it is. And so that's something that keeps me motivated. And the support system, obviously my wife, my family, you guys have just have blown my mind over the positive comments that you guys leave, not only in the offset conversation, but in the other builds. And so you guys are my support system. At the same time, it's important to understand that you cannot 1,000% rely on one little thing, because there'll be the day that maybe you lose that note, or you don't remind yourself, or you're not providing yourself with the support system. And at the end of the day, you have to remember that it's you, the person who has to go and be motivated. It's you, the person who has to remind yourself every single day what's more important. If it's saving money, it's going out and eating, is that more important than my overall goal that I have, which is to save money? My YouTube channel, if you want to have it grow, if I go 2 weeks or a month without uploading, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up, but get back into it. If that's something that you really want to do, maybe it's reading books. If you want to read more books and you haven't been able to, download apps, Audible, whatever, so that you can be driving and listening to it. The bottom line is, setting goals, it can be difficult. You might not even like setting goals, whatever that means to you. To me, it's always been super beneficial. I do believe in having different goals and ambitions. However, remember who you hang out with. If you talk ambitions and goals with close-minded people, it sounds like you're bragging. So don't take it a negative way. If somebody may come at you like, man, you're too caught up on your goals, you're too caught up on what's the next thing, you're too caught up with whatever the case may be. Maybe don't take it the wrong way, and don't think that they're coming at you at a bad angle. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. Bottom line, do what's appropriate for you, whatever's healthy, whatever's ethical. And those are just some of the things, going by those principles of SMART goals, constantly reminding them. Through me is through vision boards and little notes. I have a whole bunch of little notes and notepads that I keep track of my goals and the things like that. And then lastly, providing yourself with a positive support system that will ensure that you kind of do like a 360 all the time, so that way you keep in a positive mindset. So I appreciate it, man. Thank you, Clint, for that question. I think it's very important. How do you guys set goals? What's your number one thing go to? What's your current goal for maybe your build, or professionally, or just personal level? Let me know in the comment sections. And like always, man, I can't thank you guys enough. You guys are amazing. Not trying to sell you guys anything, just kind of want to give you guys a heads up on Timeless Vision. Timeless Vision. These are my buddies from San Diego, Kevin and his father Lee run this company. Check them out at Timeless Vision on Instagram. And if you guys like some of their shirts with their stickers, just check them out. Just sending a little bit of support to them. So thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Lee. And like I said, we always go for the car and we always stay for the person. So thank you.